My name's Connors. My age is 30 years old. I've been working at Mad Life for 6 years now. And I've been working in the industry, food industry, cooking for probably, 6, 7 years before I started working here.
Hey, my name, Regional Hubbard. I go by Reggie. My age, I'm 31. I've been working in the restaurant industry for about a good 10, 11 years. How many different restaurants I worked at? That's a good question. Like at least 9 restaurants I've worked at that I could think of.
My name is John Marshall. 43 years old, 20 years plus in the game. First time I started working was probably when I was 16. Back of the house, you got the more of the hooligans, the rough riders. Where you got the front of the house, you got people goers, trying to be around people, you know what I'm saying, people friendly. Back of the house is not people friendly. It's totally different from back there. Like, we love y'all, but we don't.
I feel like the restaurant industry definitely, especially back of house, caters to more delinquents than most any other industry I can think of. I think it's very hard to find and keep good people in the industry, so there's always people walking in and out the door. Their turnover rate's very high. I know Mad Life alone, we've had multiple guys go to prison, multiple go to jail. When it comes to cooks, me personally, I will hire pretty much anybody because we're considered delinquents most of the time. And we kind of like that in the back though. We're like, yeah, we're the bad boys, you know? I unfortunately went to prison. To get hired here, I was looking everywhere else. Used to be in the nursing field, and I could not find a job in nursing because I have 11 felonies now. I had no money, nothing to my name, fresh out of prison, and this was the only place that was willing to give me a chance. You'll definitely see that as a very prevalent thing in kitchens for sure.
You know, it's like, hey, you know, oh, you're a felon, so are we. You know, like, come on in here. So it's like, that's one things I do love about the industry. It presents many opportunities, and from there you just meet so many different people from walk of life. Everyone I've ever met that worked in the back of the house of a restaurant is the coolest people. They're really relatable, open books, down to earth, and like open-minded, free thinkers, and it's always been a great energy.
The kitchen is like a locker room. There's a lot of shit said. I mean, like some S-rated shit that be said, like all the fucking time. There's always cussing, and if you can't deal with that, then you know you gotta get out of the kitchen, bro. The type of person you gotta be in the kitchen is very tough skin. There's no room for no pressy shit.
What is it like working in the kitchen? It's raw. Like, when I mean by raw, I mean you're gonna get it as it comes. Like, you gotta be resilient, tough. You gotta know how to talk shit, cause it's just like you plating food, dishing things out. There's gonna be a lot of shit talk dished out. In the heat of the moment, things to be said, you gotta learn to let it roll off your back and let it just be what it is. So you definitely gotta have thick skin to work in the kitchen. You gotta be able, I love the saying, you can't take the heat, stay out the kitchen. And that's like a true statement, working in the kitchen. But you do know everyone in there with you, working beside you, like we are a unit, we are together. And that's been like that no matter where you working at, whatever part of the restaurant, we all are a unit. And that's the one thing I love. Like, I love that, the unity.
I want to have a family. The hours that the kitchen provides isn't really conducive to the family life, and especially when you're in a relationship like I am. My girlfriend's a 9 to 5, and I'm working the complete opposite schedule. Unless I'm on vacation, I never really get a day off, like completely off. I'm either answering an email or putting in an order and stuff.
It's stressful because you don't get to see your kid a lot. You know, you should be at school in the mornings, and it's always opposite of when y'all see each other. sometimes y'all might not even see each other that whole entire day.
Outside friends that you had prior to working in a restaurant, you'll still have them, but you'll notice gradually y'all won't be able to really hang out because you'll be more like a nighttime guy because you getting off late at hours at night. There's a rarity where you find anyone who work in the industry get off during the daytime. That's like a rarity. So like my relationships, especially personal relationships, I had a lot of them was ruined because they say you work too much. And it's like, oh, these just my hours. Like just offsetting schedules happen frequently. So, you find yourself meeting more people that's in the industry that'll fit for you versus not in the industry. Because you don't really get a personal life. I mean, you working a lot, and your personal life is at nighttime when most people are sleeping. Because they work normal hours. We work the offsetting hours. I would love to have a personal life and be able to do personal shit without having to take time and miss and be like, dang, I feel bad that you missed time for work.
The industry with relationship-wise is tough on both ends, especially if you're really trying to have a relationship outside of the industry. It's hard because sometimes I have to work on holidays and special events, and I can't spend time with the family. But it all depends on how you get your hours though. If you plan ahead and know this was gonna happen, everything be all right.
I think if I was going to change anything about the restaurant industry, I think it would be the pay for back of house. I feel really bad for a lot of my guys. Front of house, nothing against them. I love my front of house crew, but they'll come in and they'll work a 5-hour shift and sometimes make $300. I have guys who work almost 40 hours and sometimes don't get $300 on their check. And I feel personally like back of house work is more stressful than front of house work, and I feel like the back of house is looked and frowned upon as, like I said, delinquents or below front of house. And I've always wanted to change that stigma. I've always believed that back of house deserves more for what they do, for sure.